Single-use plastic cups generate billions of pounds of waste every year. Starbucks is one of the biggest users of those cups, and the company promises to recycle them. But here's a question. How many of those cups are actually just thrown away?
As part of an investigation with CBS News, WBZ's Jacob Wycoff spent weeks digging for answers. And as a result of his reporting, Starbucks is now making changes here in Massachusetts.
For the last 5 weeks, I've been on a search for plastic.
So what am I doing back here looking through the trash? This is all part of a national project from CBS investigating the recycling habits of Starbucks and just how environmentally friendly they are.
For Jacob.
Thank you very much. Each day, Starbucks sells 6 million cold cups of coffee just like this. Over the course of a year, that's 2.2 billion. That's a whole lot of plastic.
Back in April, Starbucks announced their more sustainable cold cups could keep more than 13 million pounds of plastic from landfills. And on their website, Starbucks says it's committed to reducing and diverting waste by recycling. To find out how true that is, CBS asked its local stations to take part in an investigation. We glued Apple AirTags inside a number of Starbucks cups so we could track where they ended up. A total of 7 AirTag Starbucks cups were thrown in the recycling bin inside stores across the area: Boston, Marlborough, Franklin, Cohasset, Foxborough, Plainville, and Acton. Our goal was to see these cups being recycled. However, a quick trip to the dumpster revealed a different reality.
Blue bags.
In every instance where we could find a dumpster, the blue recycling bags from in the Starbucks ended up in the trash behind it.
Sort of the same plastic cup that we just threw away is in the trash bin. Here's the recycling bin right here.
That is unacceptable. It's disappointing.
Amelia Landers is Starbucks Vice President for Product Innovation and Solutions. While displeased with our findings, she points to the complexity of recycling as the issue.
Once it leaves our store, there are a number of elements that can come into play that don't guarantee that it lands up in the right place.
Plastics in general are quickly becoming one of the biggest environmental issues facing us today. And single-use plastic makes up a huge percentage of all plastic, about 40 to 50%. Despite years and years of promises, only about 10% of all plastic is recycled. So where did our Starbucks coffee cups end up? Of the 7 cups we put into the recycling, 5 of them went to incinerators. 2 cups to Saugus, 2 to West Wareham, and 1 to Preston, Connecticut. One of the cups last pinged at a truck stop in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, on its way to an unknown final destination. Perhaps most surprisingly, the cup from the Plainville Starbucks ended up at a landfill in Uniontown, Alabama.
Think of all the carbon emissions to truck this piece of waste, this little thing that a consumer enjoyed for maybe 10 minutes, all the way down to a different state and then dump it there to be there forever.
Jan Dell is an anti-plastic activist who has worked with companies in 45 countries to develop climate-resilient practices.
Real problem, Starbucks, is these in-store bins telling every consumer who walks in, these plastic cups are recyclable.
When asked if Starbucks was being honest with their customers,
I think we are doing everything we can to promote recycling in our stores and to guide customers on where to put that cup. And it's not guaranteed that the customer will put it in the right bin.
All of your recyclables in one bin, come to a facility like this.
Jeff Ward from Casella Waste Systems says it's better to deal with some trash in the recycling rather than send recycling to the landfill.
We would never advise that. That's not what we would advise, to take that approach, to move a whole bag of recyclables to the trash.
The Massachusetts Attorney General's office stated that false claims about recycling or recyclability could violate Massachusetts consumer protection law.
Is recycling broken?
Recycling is not broken. Recycling is actually in one of the best places that we've seen it be in decades. There's always going to be the next opportunity to recycle more, recycle better.
Cardboard, glass, aluminum, all recycled very well. Obviously, plastic still has a ways to go. I should mention, through our reporting, a Starbucks spokesperson tells us that the stores we visited may be improperly disposing of recycled materials and that immediate steps are being taken to provide proper guidance. In the studio, meteorologist Jacob Wycoff, WBZ News.